Tired soul, I see you. I see the weight you've been carrying through 2025. That heavy backpack you've been dragging around filled with disappointments that still sting, regrets you replay over and over in your mind, missed opportunities you wish you could take back, and prayers you whispered but felt unanswered. You smiled for everyone else. You showed the world that you were okay. You prayed when you could, even if your heart wasn't fully in it. You tried your best to hold yourself together, but inside, your heart feels exhausted, worn out, maybe even a little broken. Before you rush to write your new goals for 2026, before you promise yourself that this year will be different, stop. Just stop for a moment. Take a deep, slow breath. Feel yourself sitting here right now. Let your mind quiet down for just a second and ask yourself one honest question. Are you ready to fix your heart? Are you ready to face the things you've been avoiding, to heal the parts of yourself that have been silent for too long? Or will you just survive another year the same way you survived the last one? Asterisk, asterisk, because surviving is not living. Surviving is walking through your days, pretending everything is fine while your chest feels heavy. Surviving is laughing on the outside when your soul feels empty. Surviving is moving through life with a heart that whispers, "I'm tired," while everyone around you thinks you're strong. Surviving is keeping up appearances, keeping your struggles hidden, while your heart quietly cries for peace, for attention, for healing. Living, real living, is different. Living is noticing your pain and allowing it to guide you. Living is taking the weight off your shoulders, piece by piece, and giving it to Allah. Living is being honest with yourself about the cracks in your heart, the broken pieces, and deciding to let Him rebuild you from the inside out. Living is saying, "I am tired, I am broken, but I will not stay this way. I choose to return, even if it's hard. I choose to heal. I choose to fix my heart." Before 2026 begins, before the world distracts you with goals, schedules, and resolutions, pause. Feel this moment. Let it sink in. Because your heart is the compass that guides everything else in your life. If your heart is heavy, no achievement, no success, no plan will bring you peace. But if your heart is alive, if it is soft, open, and turned back to Allah, then every moment of 2026 can be filled with light, love, and guidance. Assalamu alaikum, my dear brothers and sisters. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate, peace and blessings be upon our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Today, we are not going to talk about your bank account. We are not going to talk about your job, your career, or your social image. We are not going to talk about your body, your health, or how you look on the outside. Today, we are going to talk about something far more important, something that truly shapes everything in your life: your heart. Your heart, the part of you that feels lost when no one is watching. The part of you that cries silently at night, that holds worries no one else knows. The part of you that longs for peace but doesn't know where to find it. The part that feels heavy and unseen even when you smile for the world. That heart, the one you sometimes try to ignore, to push aside, or to fill with distractions, is the part that determines how every moment of your life feels. Asterisk. Here's a truth that most people never tell you. You can achieve everything in the world. You can be rich, successful, admired, even happy in the eyes of others. You can build the life everyone dreams of. But if your heart is broken, if it is heavy, tired, or distant from Allah, nothing will truly feel right. Your prayers will feel heavy. Your du'as will feel unanswered. Your soul will feel restless even in the happiest moments. The joy you see around you may never reach your chest. The peace you are searching for may always feel just out of reach. And that is exactly why we are here today, to pause, to breathe, to reflect, to stop for a moment before 2026 begins and finally give your heart the attention it deserves. This isn't about making resolutions, writing lists, or promising yourself changes that fade after a few weeks. This is about something far deeper. A decision. A decision to look honestly at your heart. A decision to return to Allah. A decision to heal, to rebuild, and to bring your heart back to life from the inside out. Because when your heart is alive, when it is soft, open, and turned toward Allah, everything else in your life begins to shift. Your days feel lighter, your prayers feel answered, your relationships feel warmer, and your soul finally finds the peace it has been longing for. This is the journey we are going to begin together today. Why change feels impossible. Some of you have tried, you really have. You made promises to Allah, to yourself. You said, after Ramadan, I'll return fully to Him. You imagined yourself praying with focus, connecting with Allah like never before, feeling your heart light and your soul alive. Ramadan came and Ramadan went. You felt the highs, the hope, the inspiration, and then life returned. The routines, the responsibilities, the distractions, and your heart, it didn't return the way you hoped. The heaviness stayed. The longing stayed. The emptiness stayed. You said, after this hardship, I'll fix myself. Maybe it was a loss, a disappointment, a test that shook you, and the hardship passed. The tears dried, the challenge faded, but your heart stayed the same, heavy, tired, uncertain. You felt stuck in the same patterns, struggling to feel the connection, the peace, the joy you know is possible. Why does this happen? Because the hardest battle is not out there in the world. It's not in your schedule, your work, your family, or the challenges life throws at you. The hardest battle is inside you. It's inside your own heart. Change is resisted not by the world, but by the attachments, fears, and habits that live inside you. Your heart resists even when you want it to open. You want closeness to Allah. You want peace. You want light. But part of you clings to what hurts you. You hold on to old grudges. You cling to habits that pull you away. You allow distractions to take your focus. And until those chains loosen, change feels impossible, no matter how badly you want it. And let me remind you, this is not failure. It is human. Allah created your heart with feelings, with attachments, with memories that can weigh you down. It is natural to struggle. It is natural to hesitate. It is natural to feel that even when you try, something inside keeps pulling you back. This is the battlefield of the heart. Until it is won, everything else, the achievements, the progress, the plans, feels heavier, harder, more distant. You can run, you can work, you can plan, but if your heart resists, life always feels incomplete. Asterisk. Allah says in the Quran, Allah does not change the condition of a people until they change what is within themselves. Surah Arad 13:11. Think about that. Allah isn't waiting for you to fix your bank account, your reputation, your health, or your routines. He's waiting for your heart. He's waiting for your sincerity. He's waiting for you to decide honestly, deeply, without excuses that you want to return to Him. Change does not begin in the outside world. Change begins in the private, unseen corners of your heart. In the quiet moments no one witnesses but Allah. That is exactly where transformation starts. That is exactly where we are going to begin. Asterisk. So, if you've been struggling, if you've been waiting for the perfect moment that never comes, take this as your sign. Don't wait until tomorrow. Don't wait until next month. The place to start is not out there. The place to start is here, in your heart, right now, in this very moment. This is where the real journey begins. The pain that awakens. Maybe 2025 broke you. Maybe life shook you so hard that you forgot who you were. The person who once prayed with hope, who once felt peace sitting in the masjid, who once cried freely in dua, pouring your heart out to Allah, that version of you feels distant, like a memory you can hardly reach. You try to smile, try to move forward, try to appear strong for the world, but deep inside, your heart carries a heaviness that doesn't leave, a tiredness that no amount of distraction, busy days, or accomplishments can shake. But here's a truth that most people never tell you. The pain you feel is not punishment, not anger, not rejection. It is mercy. Allah allowed the struggles, the losses, the heartbreaks, the unanswered prayers, not to break you, but to wake your heart, to shake it from sleep. Because the version of you before the pain, the version who maybe took ease for granted, who maybe ignored the whispers of Allah, who maybe postponed returning, was never going to turn back fully. Sometimes Allah shakes our world, not to harm us, but to awaken what is sleeping inside us, to remind us of what truly matters. Look inside yourself right now. How many times have you raised your hands in dua only to feel nothing? How many times did you stand for salah, but your mind wandered, your heart felt distant, your soul distracted? That heaviness, that emptiness, that pull in your chest, it is not failure. It is a signal, a gentle, loving nudge from Allah whispering, "Stop running, stop hiding, stop pretending, come home." Your heart has been calling for attention, and now it is finally listening. And remember this, because when we are lost, it is easy to forget. Allah is more merciful to you than a mother is to her child, more patient than anyone you have ever known, more understanding than your own heart at times. Even if you feel far, even if you have stumbled countless times, even if you doubt yourself over and over, He is waiting, always waiting. Not with anger, not with judgment, not with disappointment, but with open arms, ready to welcome your return, ready to heal the cracks in your heart, ready to breathe life back into your soul. He is not tired of you. He never will be. So if you've been carrying 2025 like a weight on your chest, if your heart feels heavy, if your spirit is exhausted, and your soul feels lost, know this: your pain is not the end of your story. It is not the last chapter. It is the beginning of your awakening. The moment your heart whispers, "I cannot live like this anymore," is the same moment Allah responds with mercy, guidance, and love. This is the moment your heart begins to stir again, to feel hope, to remember its way back to Him. And that is the most beautiful gift of all. One decision can change everything. Fixing your heart in 2026 does not mean changing everything overnight. It does not mean becoming perfect, flawless, or never making mistakes again. Healing your heart begins with something much smaller, yet much stronger. One decision, one small crack in the wall of your heart where honesty seeps in. One moment of sajad where your tears fall freely, without shame. One sincere dua whispered from the depths of your soul. One sin you finally let go of, even if it scares you or makes you feel vulnerable. That single action, small, imperfect, human, is how hearts begin to heal. That's how life begins to shift. Because here's the truth: you don't need a perfect moment to start. You don't need your world to be perfect. You don't need the ideal energy, the perfect schedule, or the right circumstances. Stop waiting for a perfect moment. Stop thinking, "I'll start when everything is easier." Stop blaming time, other people, or the world around you. Life will never be perfectly arranged, and if you wait for it to be, years will pass, and your heart will remain heavy, tired, and unchanged. Change does not happen in a single day, and that is okay. Healing and returning take time, but one decision, one honest choice to turn back to Allah can begin the journey. That journey is enough to transform everything. And remember the words of our beloved Prophet, Salam: the best of sinners are those who repent, not those who never fall, but those who rise again. Not those who are flawless, but those who stumble and keep choosing Allah over and over. That is the heart that truly lives. So today, you don't need to fix your entire life. You don't need to solve every problem, perfect every habit, or erase every mistake. You just need one decision, one sincere choice from your heart, one whisper to Allah, "Ya Allah, I choose you." Even if it's hard, even if I stumble tomorrow, even if I fall again, I choose you today. That is enough. That single decision carries more power than any resolution, any plan, or any promise you've ever made. And once that choice is made, something beautiful begins to happen. Your heart begins to feel lighter. Your prayers, even the ones you thought were unanswered, start to feel heard. Your soul starts to breathe again. Your life doesn't have to change all at once, but the direction changes forever. One decision, one sincere return, one honest act of turning back to Allah. That's all it takes for hearts to start coming alive again. That is how healing begins, how hope returns, and how 2026 can be the year your heart finally wakes up, letting go to move forward. Here's another truth that many people avoid facing. You cannot rebuild your heart while holding on to what is hurting you. You cannot truly move forward while carrying the weight of the past. Your heart can only begin to heal when you release the things that keep it trapped in darkness, when you let go of what keeps it heavy, restless, and closed. Some of you want peace, but you clutch onto grudges that burn quietly inside you. You remember the words, the actions, the betrayals over and over, and it poisons your soul without anyone else even noticing. Some of you long for Allah's mercy, but you hold on to sins you keep justifying in your mind. You say, "It's not that bad," or "I'll fix it later," and the guilt keeps piling up, keeping your heart chained. Some of you want light, joy, and freedom, but you keep returning to the darkness you know too well. Habits, distractions, relationships, or comforts that feel familiar, even though they hurt you. And until you let go of these things, your heart will remain heavy, tired, and restless, no matter how much you pray or how hard you try. Let go of the guilt that constantly reminds you of your mistakes, the guilt that whispers, "You are unworthy," or "Allah can't forgive you now." Let go of the anger that poisons your soul, the resentment that keeps your eyes fixed on the past instead of the future. Let go of the people who pull you away from Allah, the habits that chain you to emptiness, the distractions that keep your heart busy but not alive. Let go of the memories, the pain, the regrets that replay endlessly in your mind and refuse to leave. Release them, not because they don't matter, but because they are stopping your heart from breathing freely. And then, gently, begin. Begin with small steps. Begin with one sincere dua, even if it's whispered in your room when no one is watching. Begin with one honest act of worship done for Allah alone, with your full heart, not just out of routine. Begin with forgiveness, whether forgiving yourself for the mistakes you keep punishing yourself for, or forgiving someone else who hurt you. Begin with choosing Allah over the things that have been holding your heart captive, over the comforts and distractions that dim your light. Healing doesn't mean erasing the past. Healing doesn't mean pretending nothing happened. Healing means deciding not to let the past control your future. Remember this: letting go is not weakness. Letting go is courage. Letting go is strength. It is the first step toward the heart Allah has been waiting for, a heart that is open, soft, alive, and ready to return fully to Him. The heart that is willing to surrender, willing to trust, willing to be rebuilt from the inside out. And once you take this first step, every other step becomes easier, because your heart is finally free to move forward. Practical steps to rebuild. So, how do you rebuild your heart practically in 2026? How do you take the heaviness, the guilt, the tiredness, and transform it into something alive, soft, and full of light? The answer is simple, but it requires courage. Start small, very small, because a heart cannot be rebuilt in a day, but it can be rebuilt brick by brick. And when each brick is placed with sincerity, patience, and trust in Allah, the transformation begins. Here's what you can do tonight. Make one sincere dua tonight. Not a long one, not a perfect one, just a simple prayer that comes from the bottom of your heart. Speak to Allah exactly as you are. Tell Him about your fears, your pain, your regrets. Tell Him what is heavy on your chest. Whisper the things you cannot say to anyone else. And trust this: He hears you, even the words you cannot speak aloud. Every sigh, every tear, every whispered "Ya Allah" reaches Him. Asterisk. Forgive someone you've been holding a grudge against. That person, that memory, that hurt it may not have deserved forgiveness, but your heart does. Holding on to resentment keeps your heart chained to the past, replaying the pain over and over. Forgiving doesn't mean it was okay or that the wrongs disappear. It simply means you are freeing yourself. You are taking one step toward peace, toward light, toward the heart Allah has been waiting for. Let go of one sin you keep repeating, one habit, one action, one word that pulls you away from Allah. Let it go tonight. Not for anyone else, not for anyone's approval, not to prove anything but for your heart, for your soul, for your peace. Every small surrender is a crack in the wall of heaviness, a small door opening for your heart to breathe. Choose one act of worship with full presence, not just out of routine, not just because it's expected. Maybe it's salah, maybe it's reading the Quran, maybe it's dhikr, or simply sitting quietly in remembrance of Allah. Do it with awareness. Do it with your heart wide open. Do it with the intention that this is for Allah alone. One act done with full sincerity carries more weight than hours of distracted devotion. Each of these small steps is a brick. Every brick builds your heart. Every sincere act draws you closer to Allah. And here's the beautiful part. As your heart begins to return, the world around you begins to feel lighter. Your prayers feel answered in ways you never imagined. Your sleep feels peaceful. Your chest feels open. Your mind feels clear. Your soul begins to awaken, to feel alive again. You start noticing joy in simple moments, hope in quiet spaces, and a connection you thought you had lost. You don't have to do everything at once. You don't have to be perfect. Start with one brick. Build slowly, consistently, and let Allah do the rest. Because a heart returned to Him changes everything, not just inside, but in every part of your life. Every thought, every action, every relationship begins to shift when your heart is soft, open, and alive again. This is the power of returning, even in small steps. This is the beginning of your 2026 transformation. The dua to begin. Now, I want you to pause for a moment. Close your eyes. Take a slow, deep breath. Feel the weight you've been carrying, all the regrets, the worries, the fears, the tired thoughts. Let it settle for a moment. Feel it without pushing it away. And then, gently, lift it up to Allah. Raise your hands, even if only in your heart, and speak to Him sincerely. Whisper, even if your voice trembles. Speak from the depths of your soul, even if the words feel small or inadequate. Say, Ya Allah, I am tired, I am broken, I am lost, I am weak. I don't have all the answers, I don't have the strength, but I choose you. I choose you over my fears, over my mistakes, over my past. Fix my heart, Ya Allah. Remove this heaviness that I've been carrying. Heal the mistakes I keep remembering and the sins I've forgotten. Bring me closer to you. Make my heart alive again. Open my chest. Lighten my soul. Guide me in 2026 to surrender fully to you. Feel each word as you say it. Let it flow from the depths of your heart. Don't worry about saying it perfectly. Don't worry about style or elegance. This is not about perfect words, it's about being honest, being raw, being real with Allah. He does not measure the beauty of your words. He only measures the truth in your heart, and that truth, right now, is enough. And now, I want you to think of someone else, someone who may be silently struggling tonight, someone whose heart is heavy, whose soul is tired, whose prayers feel unanswered. If this dua touched your heart even a little, don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Send this message, this reminder, this spark of hope to someone in need. You may be the reason another heart returns to Allah tonight. You may be the reason someone begins to heal. Someone lifts their eyes and whispers, Ya Allah, I choose you. That is the power of sincere dua. It spreads light even when you cannot see it. This moment, this dua, is more than words. It is the first brick in rebuilding your heart. The first whisper in a journey back to peace, to light, to life. Once you make this choice sincerely, everything begins to shift. Your heart softens, your soul awakens, your life starts to change. The path may still be long, there may still be struggles ahead, but the journey has begun. You have taken the first step, and that step, my dear brother or sister, is everything. My beloved brothers and sisters, hear me clearly. Rebuilding your heart is not about being perfect. It's not about fixing every mistake at once. It's not about looking like you have it all together for the world to see. Rebuilding your heart is about honesty. One decision, one sincere act, one heartfelt dua at a time. That is enough for Allah. That is enough to start your healing. That is enough to bring your soul back to life. 2026 is not just another year on the calendar. It's not just another set of resolutions, another list of empty promises we forget in a week. 2026 is a chance, a real, powerful, life-changing chance to come home. To your heart, to your soul, to Allah, to the part of you that has been tired, heavy, and longing for peace. And when you take that step, when you truly return, your life will never be the same. Your prayers will feel lighter, more alive. Your days will feel brighter. Your nights will feel peaceful. Your chest will feel open. And your heart will finally feel alive again. So now, if this message touched your heart, if it made you pause, if it made you feel something you haven't felt in a long time, I want you to do 3 things right now. Pause and make a sincere dua. Don't overthink it. Don't worry about finding the perfect words. Speak from your heart. Tell Allah exactly what is heavy inside. Ask Him to guide you, heal you, and bring you closer. Pour out your soul to Him. He is listening, and He is waiting. Comment Ya Allah below. Let your heart's choice be seen. Let the world know you are returning. Let your voice become part of a chain of hearts, all turning back to Him tonight. Your one choice may inspire another, and another, and another, until hearts all over the world begin to awaken. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Someone silently struggling. Someone carrying their pain alone. Someone who has almost given up on hope. You may be the reason another heart awakens. You may be the reason a soul whispers for the first time in months, Ya Allah, I choose you. That is the power of sharing reminders from the heart. Asterisk. And finally, subscribe for more reminders that heal, awaken, and guide your soul closer to Allah, because your heart is never too far gone. No matter how heavy it feels, no matter how broken, no matter how lost, Allah is waiting, always waiting. And when you choose Him, He will meet you there, right where you are, right now. Remember this, one decision, one sincere act, one heartfelt dua can change everything. Let 2026 be the year your heart comes home. The year your soul remembers its Creator. The year your life begins anew, not because the world changed, but because your heart did. And that, my dear brother and sister, is the most powerful transformation of all.